Hello, everyone. This is California HOSA, Division 5, Glenview High School. This is our presentation on the link between mental health and substance abuse.
Why we chose our theme. As of 2023, 27.1% of all young adults aged 18 to 25 in the United States has a SUD, which roughly translates to a little over 1 in 4 young adults. Statistically, you may know someone, whether they are a friend, colleague, cousin, or even a son or a daughter, who may be struggling with a substance use disorder, whether it is known or kept as a secret. Substance abuse is a growing epidemic that we all can relate to in some way or another, and we will continue to grow as an issue unless addressed. In this presentation, we aim to both inform and address this issue in a way that can better encourage others to speak up about any substance issue they may have or inform others about ways they can support others that may struggle in silence.
What is mental health? Mental health is about how we think, feel, and act. It affects how we handle stress, how we make choices, and how we relate to other people. Everyone has mental health, just like we all have physical health. Where mental health is strong, it's easier to cope with challenges, do well in school or work, and build good relationships. Mental health can change over time, and with the right support, it can improve. Taking care of it is just as important as taking care of our bodies.
What is substance abuse? Substance abuse is the excessive use of psychoactive drugs, such as alcohol, pain medicine, and/or illegal drugs. Why is substance abuse important, and why should we have a need to acknowledge this? Substance abuse is important to acknowledge because it helps recognize the problem at hand. Raising awareness of substance abuse promotes prevention and support of the underlying cause of substance abuse. How are the two connected? Mental and substance abuse can correlate with each other due to many factors, such as those who are at lower state of being seek out other solutions for their problems when normal solutions don't work. This attributes to the usage or discovery of substances, leading to the excessive use of drugs. This is because the people who do take drugs chase the feeling that they get after their first take. This event leads to a vicious cycle of constantly using drugs, which further lowers their mental health.
Real world impact. Mental health and substance abuse don't just affect the individual, they can affect families, schools, and entire communities. Many people turn to drugs or alcohol to cope with stress, anxiety, or pain they don't know how to handle. In the US, over 20 million adults are dealing with both a mental illness and a substance abuse disorder. Without support, it can lead to big problems like dropping out of school, losing a job, or getting into legal trouble. That's why it's important to understand these issues.
Why does this matter to our career in the medical field? When we become professions in our medical field, we want our patients' mental aptitude to be the absolute peak that it can be. Because when we're healing their physical body, we need to make sure that we keep up with a good mental state as well. As well as with a bad mental state in our patients, we could have an addiction, could possibly be formed. And it's important for us to try to prevent that. Another way it matters to our medical field is proper ways to treat the substance abuse. And we want to spot it early on so that we can help more people over a longer distance of time. It's important because we want to protect ourselves, because if we're helping everyone else, it's a possibility we could get trapped up in ourselves as well. So we want to protect ourselves. Thank you.
Healthy coping methods. Some healthy coping methods for substance abuse could include talking with a professional, speaking with a trusted family member or friends, or journaling. Exercising and other physical activities are also excellent coping methods for substance abuse. It's important to have coping methods for substance abuse because without them, you can fall victim to addiction and all aspects of your life can decline. Coping methods are how people break cycles of substance abuse, and it's how victims of substance abuse can improve their lives.
On top of having an impact on the medical field, it also has an impact on you, our audience. Teenagers who struggle with mental health issues tend to turn to alcohol or drugs to manage them. A 2016 study showed that out of the 10,000 teens checked, at least two-thirds of those that developed alcohol or substance use also had disorders with one or more mental health disorder. Many teens use it to quiet anxieties and be at peace. This is helped by others around them that could be abusing these substances, which causes them to feel peer pressured or feel that it's normal to abuse these substances. Substances like alcohol can cause teens to become more energetic as well as display aggressive behavior. The vulnerability of young brains as they are permeable while they're still developing can cause brains to acclimate to drugs and alcohol easier, making these habits very hard to break.
How will measure impact? To see if our project is successful, we'll give out a quick survey before and after the presentation. The survey will have simple questions with answers like yes, somewhat, or no. These questions will help us understand if people get the link between mental health and substance abuse, if they feel more aware of the issue, and if they'd be willing to help someone who's struggling. By comparing the responses from before and after, we can see what people learned. We also hope to find out if their attitudes shifted in a positive way. This info will help us make our project better and more useful for others down the line. Thank you. Thank you for listening.